Shout out to Leonis Williamson for sending me the story coming from ABC News. So you see it right here on your screen. It says nurse tests positive for COVID-19 despite recent vaccine. Let's clear something up. The vaccine is not a cure, because many people out there seem to be under the impression that if you get this vaccine that is going to cure you or prevent you from getting COVID-19. But as you can see, this nurse just tested positive for it after they got the vaccine. Now, the vaccines just started to roll out recently. As in, when I say recent, I'm talking about in December. So they had to have just taken it, and they got it literally days later. Let's go ahead and read it. It said the scenario isn't unexpected. Hear how it could have happened. The story of an emergency room nurse who tested positive for COVID-19 despite getting the vaccine is a reminder that hand washing, social distancing, and masks are still going to be crucial in 2021. Matthew W., a 45-year-old nurse in San Diego, received the Pfizer vaccine December 18th and told ABC News San Diego affiliate KGTV that the only vaccine side effects he experienced was arm soreness. 6 days later, after working a shift in the COVID-19 unit, Matthew had chills, muscle pain, and fatigue. A drive-up hospital test confirmed he was positive for COVID-19. The scenario isn't unexpected, Dr. Christian Ramers, an infectious disease specialist with Family Health Centers for San Diego, told KGTV. Patients don't immediately develop COVID-19 protection after being vaccinated, which is true. We know from the vaccine clinical trials that it's going to take about 10 to 14 days for you to start to develop protection from the vaccine. And that's one other thing. I actually had saw an article and I was going to do a video about it, but since they're mentioning it right here, I'll just go and explain it just a little bit what that means. If you get the vaccine, they are basically saying that it takes over a week, almost over a week to 2 weeks max, for the vaccine to really take hold of your body. So are they trying to say that if you get the vaccine that you need to quarantine for a week and a half to 2 weeks before you go back outside again? Or do you just have to continue to social distance after getting the vaccine? Because basically what it's saying is, even if you get this vaccine, it doesn't mean that you can go out there into the world and just do whatever you want immediately after you get the shot. They're saying it takes days to actually work. Now, I don't know what the timetable is for a flu vaccine. I'm assuming it works a little bit faster because it's been around for so long. And this one right here is brand new. But they're saying it takes the vaccine, this current one that they have, 10 to 14 days to actually completely take effect. That's for people who get it, that will feel like a long time. Like I said, you're talking about 2 weeks, which is the same amount of time it takes for people to have to self-isolate if they test positive. Now, mind you, they said this nurse got this vaccine and then 6 days later, he tested positive for the virus, which makes me wonder, did he catch this in the hospital? Did he catch the virus in the hospital, or did he catch it outside of the hospital? And see, what's going to happen is now people, even though they're telling people what it is now, it's going to make people be even more irate about this vaccine. Like, oh, okay, I took the vaccine. Now you want me to isolate for 14 days after taking it. In a nutshell, from what I'm gathering, and I could be wrong, that's, in layman terms, that's kind of what they're saying. Even after those 10 to 14 days, patients still need a second vaccine dose for full protection. So look at that. So that means you have to take this vaccine. It takes 10 to 14 days to take effect. Then after the 14 days, you're going to have to get another injection for it to fully take shape. So you're basically saying you're going to get 2 shots in a month. So say you go January 1st, you're going to have to go and get another one on January, January 15th, I'm guessing. My math could be wrong. It says the first dose we think gives you somewhere around 50%, and you need that second dose to get up to 95%. I don't like how they said we think. When you say we think, it makes you sound like you're not so sure. But anyway, let me continue. Another possibility, since the incubation period for COVID-19 can be as long as 14 days, it is also possible that Matthew was infected prior to receiving the vaccine on December 18th. Another possibility. He did say he experienced arm soreness and everything like that. And then when he got the symptoms even more, it was that on top of some other things. So that is another possibility, that he could have had it before he got this vaccine, and he could have been asymptomatic. And what happened was, when he got the vaccine, it probably activated the other symptoms. Which means if he did have the virus before he took that injection, that means the person who gave it to him, they're going to have to get tested now. Just to be sure, just as a precaution. Both potential scenarios are a reminder that vaccines aren't a panacea. Instead, experts say stemming the pandemic will take time and continued adherence to fundamental public health practices like social distancing and mask and hand washing. You hear health practitioners being very optimistic about it being the beginning of the end, but it's going to be a slow roll, weeks to months, as we roll out the vaccine, Ramers said. It's going to be interesting, all right. This right here is going to have a lot of people on edge. I mean, think about it. This nurse right here took the vaccine. He tested positive. We don't know if he had it before he took it or if he got it after he took it. And then they say you got to get one injection and you got to let that thing like literally take hold for 50% of your body, or so they say. Then you got to get another one for it to take 95%. So you're not getting the full amount in one go round, unlike the flu shot where you can get one vaccine per year. And now you got this new one out here that they claim you can take this same vaccine for, but I'm not buying it. I think they're going to have to come up with something stronger for that one, especially since they say that thing could be up to 56% more transmissible than the one we're dealing with right now. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you have your notifications turned on to all, and I will talk to you in the next one. I have one more thing to ask. So we know that the person who took this vaccine, they had to wait 14 days, or they say they have to wait 14 days. How much longer would you have to wait after you get the second injection? Is that another 14 days, or is there more days? Because, inquiring minds want and need to know that.